Hello, Moon and Sagittarius weekends. There's some challenges. We'll get into that in just a moment. But I think first, this weekend is meant to be positive, upbeat. It's meant to be fun. I'm going to a concert tonight that is going to change my life. I'm so excited. For all of us, it's so important to just enjoy the brightness of this weekend, and to prepare mentally for Monday and Tuesday. Not that Monday and Tuesday is going to be the opposite or anything, but Monday and Tuesday are going to be quite serious. We have a lot of Scorpio energy. Venus just went into Capricorn. The Aquarius, Jupiter, and Saturn influence is kind of keeping things more upbeat in general for this year, but still there's a lot of pressure there, especially with Saturn square Mercury now, and Mars, of course, and also Sun. So I think in general, enjoy this weekend and also hold on to that positivity going into the weekdays, because as much as there's great things to come on Monday and Tuesday, and naturally we'll cover that then, it is a little bit serious, and I think that's kind of a challenge for even with this weekend and with these energies to keep in mind for the next 2 weeks or so, is to not get too serious, to not get too down. There are some very real challenges. We'll get into that in just a moment. But I think one of those challenges is to become too serious, too down, too, it's like that water, that earth energy is very heavy. I think especially with Capricorn and Scorpio energies, there's great gifts to that heaviness. We'll get into that as well. But ultimately, it is kind of it can be quite a downer if we're not being very mindful. So let's look at that. To be fair, if you're feeling down, that means that, I don't wish to generalize too much, but I think for a lot of people, that means that you're not pushing yourself in the right direction enough. Of course, part of it is also patience. There's other elements to this. It's good to keep that in mind. But we have Mars conjunct Mercury conjunct Sun. It's all about action. It's about progress. Like we talked about before with the new moon, this is so exciting because all that stellium of Scorpio energy is opposite transiting Uranus, and it's square Jupiter and Saturn and Aquarius. So we're in this midst of this evolution transformation process, and it's an emotional one. It's sorting out mentally in certain ways as per what we're working on long term. But really, it comes down to action. Are you doing or are you not? And again, we want to be wise with our action. We want to be patient. We want to be very mindful, of course, always. But ultimately, this energy needs expression. And I think that if we're not focused on, first of all, again, identifying what our goal is, and going for it, and setting a timetable to continue to go for it. So not just over the next couple of weeks, but especially the next couple of weeks. The near future, even just right now, it's like, cool, what am I doing today for this? And again, we need to rest, we need to play. I think this weekend, again, is a weekend of play. Monday and Tuesday is when we really hit it hard and go for it. But even with this weekend, it's good to ask ourselves, are we moving forward? It's really important to always keep in mind with Sagittarius energy, or Gemini, for example, the partner energy. Am I just distracting myself? It's good to have fun this weekend, but don't go too overboard. Don't go too excessive, so that when Monday comes around, you're not in a good place to really make progress and move forward. It's really important. But yeah, I think that if we're not moving forward with that action, then we can experience some of the big challenges here, which is Mercury conjunct Mars in particular, Mars conjunct Sun though as well, is first Mercury and Mars, violent, cruel, and again, none of this is inevitable, but these are the potential challenges to keep in mind so that we all steer away from these things and we choose a better manifestation. But violent or cruel thoughts and words. Now, it's again, the biggest thing is let's get all this energy out in a productive, healthy way. And if we're thinking very effectively, if this is my goal and I'm going for it, and pushing ourselves, actually doing the actions, cool, then this will be very easy to work with overall. We just need to be mindful of like, oh, maybe don't make that joke. Maybe that cut's a little too deep, We, with our minds, with Mercury and Mars both in Scorpio, our minds are very deep during the next 2 weeks, and with Mars there, especially with this tight conjunction over the next week and a half, we can really either make an incredible amount of progress, or we can really just blow some stuff up, including other people's feelings, our own feelings, etc. So I think that's, again, it's pretty straightforward. It's we're either moving forward with the energy, or it festers and explodes, or somewhere in between. So the more that we just move forward for our goals and enjoy it, don't take it too seriously, but at the same time take the focus seriously, take the goal seriously, then we'll make the most of this, and we'll go through that incredible transformation that we talked about, and it'll be all for the better. Again, I think a big challenge here is other people not answering the call, especially if they're not aware of what's going on astrologically. It's very easy to fall into these pitfalls of just, I'm just angry, and of course it's not even a conscious understanding of I'm angry. They might be bristling with the emotion. So I think that's really important to keep in mind too, as always, is other people's unconsciousness. But as long as we're not feeding into it, then we can feel it and steer clear of it, swim away from the situation, avoid it, all the better. Yeah, as always, I'm doing readings. Feel free to get in contact with me and follow in the About section. Infinite love to you, my friends. Namaste. Peace.